So as Nima said, I wouldn't, there's a lot of questions we have on technology. I certainly do because I watch a lot of movies and I know that technology is one thing. A lot of these crime movies have, that's how they catch many of these criminals. So, but we wouldn't talk about that because we know there's so much work to be done. But I'd like to touch on the relationship with Ashwaju because I know that's one of the reasons why we also brought you in. You served as chairman of actually speaker of House of Assembly during his time. Tell us a bit about the person, because a lot of people don't, there's a lot of confusion on who this person is. The people they're not clear on who, those who know Ashwaju, but many who don't still have that confusion. What do you know about this man?
Well, thank you, Mariah. I'm happy the way you put it. You see, some of us are privileged to have known him for so long, since at least 1988, when he came back from exile. And we were on ground, and all that. So, ever since, I've been close enough to know this man. It's not to read about him, but know him from close quarters. Now, the first thing is that he's a very generous person. He's even generous to a fault. But politically now, three things stand him out. The first is courage. Ashwaju is a Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very courageous person. He's not afraid to take decisions. Once he's convinced that this will be in the best interest of the people. And no wonder, they refer to him as Lion of Body. Of course, if you talk of courage, the lion is the courage of a lion. The second thing is vision. Ability to see the future and see things that others don't see. And at the end of the day, you discover that he's right about the vision. And that's one of the qualities of a leader, vision. And of course, I liken his vision to that of an eagle. It says, afar. The third thing is his, ability to strategize. I call him a master strategist. If you're a chess player, then you know the role of the knight. The knight symbolizes strategy, or the chessboard, because you don't even know how it's going to move. And so those three things stand him out. And I always argue again that for me, as a party man, my duty is to promote and market my candidate. And no apologies about that. So now, in so doing, these are the things I tell people when they ask questions, similar to what you asked. Okay. And
for some of us,
in terms of reaching out, you see, there is what I call the Ministry of Political Influence. He has the largest ministry of political influence. So that's why you see people from all walks of life come to see him. Because
let me go on a quick break. When I come back, I'll let Nima ask her own questions. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guest here. Nima was going to ask a question.
Yes, I was going to talk about your work with the presidential candidate of the APC. So you said you know him personally. Most of us have just read about him. But the entire set that worked with him on his cabinet as governor are doing amazingly. Let's talk about how much he's mentored people and how many young people is he presently mentoring. So we're looking towards having younger people in his cabinet if he becomes president.
Yes, you can look forward to that. Ashwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a talent hunter. So he has a way of just, identifying people who can do what. And is still on record that he is the crop of commissioners and other people who worked with him, particularly between 1999 and 2003. I think it was the best in this country from accounts of different people. So he has that ability and beyond, and he's been doing that up to now. He has so many people that I just mentioned to you that earlier that a lot of people come to him to seek mentorship, to seek guidance, to seek for his opinion and advice, on a number of issues. So,
Right.
I mean, is that blessed?
Okay.
So for me, the relationship that most Nigerians, the average, don't know this person one-on-one, the presidential candidate for APC. And many of us are having to take what social media feeds us as our source of information. And social media has consistently shown a part of him not being very physically fit and him not being very healthy. And I have said on the show, I'm worried about that personally, because I don't have any other way to verify if he's healthy or not. But I've been hoping that when I get an opportunity to ask questions from someone who has a one-on-one relationship with him, I can hear from someone that, how fit is he? Is he someone that, is he, based on your own relationship, can he handle the responsibilities of leading a challenged country like Nigeria?
Well, the first question is, who determines the fitness of an individual?
Doctor.
Doctor.
Yes, he's a doctor. I'm a medical doctor. So, there is what we call spot diagnosis, where you just look at a patient and then, without even asking questions, without even doing any physical examination, and then without taking any history, you just say this. So, for me, I think reasonably, he's fit enough to handle the job before him. Because, yes, much as I believe that, yes, there is need for some physical energy as well, but you probably need more of a mental energy to cope, because you are being bombarded with all sorts of things, the documents, opinions and all that, and which you need to sit down to analyze and be able to take what you think is the best in the circumstance.
So my question is, there was a sort of media party that he had, and questions were asked of him, and with him, beside him were, a few other individuals with him who also helped answer that question, some of the questions, or give their opinions as well. And there were two sides to the response to that. And I would like to know, being a party man, being a man that has been in government, what do you think of his style, where it seems that, he's willing to involve other people in decision-making and taking out policies? Is this a man who works best with other people? And how important is that sort of strategy as the president of a country?
Well, as a president, as a governor, as the overall boss, you take the final decision.
Yep.
But what is important is to be able to process, analyze what you have been fed with. Because the buck passing stops at your table.
Right.
That's the thing. And I always say that, you see, it's only one person, as far as I'm concerned, that is elected as the chief executive at the state and at the federal level. Because every other person, and I repeat, every other person is nominated by that person. That's what the Constitution says, So, and I believe what is important is that ability to make the right decision at the end of the day.
Thank you so much, Senator.